Hi there, I'm Amanda Casser with Material Girl Quilts. Today I'm here to share with you a new quilt pattern for the quilt behind me called Windmill. It's another half square triangle quilt. This time we used pre-cut 10-inch squares. And in this quilt I used 40 of the 42 squares in the pack, and the quilt finishes at 64 by 80 inches, which is a pretty decent twin size. If that's too big for what you would like to make, you can use 32 of the pre-cut squares and make a 64-inch square throw size quilt. So let's get started. To make the Windmill quilt, you will need a 10-inch pre-cut square pack of your favorite collection. This one is Gingham Gardens by My Mind's Eye. And you will also need a pre-cut 10-inch pack of a solid fabric, but if you don't have that, you can use 3 yards that you cut into 40 10-inch squares. Now the blocks are made up of half square triangles, and we're going to do the same method I've shown you before, but we'll show it again for those who haven't seen it, where we'll make 8 half square triangles at a time. So for this process, what you'll do is you will lay your print pre-cut square and one of your background squares right sides together, and then you will draw diagonal lines from corner to corner across both diagonals. And I have done that here. And then once the lines are drawn, you will sew 1/4 of an inch on either side of each line. And once the lines are sewn, we will cut halfway horizontally and vertically. So we will line up the ruler on the edge of the square at 5 inches. And without moving the fabric, line it up again horizontally at 5 inches and cut. And then you will also cut directly on the lines that you drew. This is not the longest ruler for this, but it'll work. And once everything has been cut, you will end up with 8 half square triangles. So you repeat that process for 40 of the pre-cut 10-inch squares. And to make the blocks, you will select the pre-cut squares from, or the half square triangles from 2 different pre-cut squares. And we'll lay them out as shown in the diagram. A helpful tip when you're laying out your half square triangles to create the windmill block, you'll notice that one of your prints all of the background fabrics will be pointing towards the center to create a square on point. And then if you do that and do your windmill pieces out first, so it looks like a flying geese essentially when you piece those together, and then you'll notice that the opposite prints will just be going the opposite direction of each of these for each corner. So that may help you keep your layout straight as you're going forward. To complete the quilt top, you will piece your blocks into 5 rows of 4 blocks each. And the finished quilt will measure 64 inches by 80 inches. If you make your own windmill quilt, I'd love to see it. Please tag me on social media at Material Girl Quilts and use the hashtag Windmill Quilt. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you click the subscribe button to be notified when new tutorials go live. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.